And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, baby. That's including the ice wall. And as this room fill up, be sure to know that sharing is caring, Cowboy Nation. All right? Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. From my studios to yours, Cowboys near a new deal for Micah Parsons. Free agency plus more. More and more. More and more. Come on with it. Stand tall. Or not at all. Cowboy Nation. Let's get it. Come on with it. 5, 4, 3.
Ready? Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. Let's go, man! What should I say? Let's go! I am.
Pull a string and I wink at you. I'm your puppet. I'm your puppet, babe. Come on with it. Yeah. Let's get it. And come on. And as this room fill up, be sure. I know we got more and more people than this. Come on with it. Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation's groove? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so some people said they didn't get the notification for the nation. That's okay. Unsubscribe, subscribe back, and then let's see if those notifications get to moving. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me know if the audio is straight. Let me know if the audio is straight. My mic is kind of like broken a little bit here, but we managed to put some duct tape and things like that to keep it moving. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. As the news starts to percolate just a little bit about Micah Parsons, I just want to say this. The new media approach is the wild, wild west, right? There are things that we move differently from the 3-ladder or the 4-ladder networks because deals can change just like that. You know, credibility can change just like that. And then there's this old way of the local media that they got to tread a certain way because they can't release certain information out at certain times, right? But when you're a new media, you don't have no rules. There's no regulations. We didn't go to. We're not a journalist, right? We don't have policies. There's no creed. There's no, I guess, consequences for our actions or for what the things you say. This is not about carrying the water, right? This is not about the need to be right. So when you move a certain way, there will be people to say, man, y'all lying, bro. Hey, man, that's clickbait, man. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm old enough to remember me seeing with my natural eyes at camp, not going to say where, but Amari Cooper being told to me that he's out, because of XYZ things. And I'm hearing storylines of that. And then we are seeing with our eyes, oh, man, he is on a stretcher, right? Should we talk about this? Should we not? Right? Whereas the old media at the time, they had to be steadfast. They couldn't say anything, right? They was bound by boundaries. Well, we don't have those rules, you know. we different, ain't that right?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
So that's why I say I really appreciate you guys for continuing to have our independent voices over here. So when news do hit, you can still shoot shots at us and say, hey, we don't know what the hell we talking about, or we don't know what we're seeing, but God gave us eyes to see, just like the 3-letter and the 4-letter network. And we move a whole lot swiftly with our circumstances. But here's the thing. What I'm believing that more and more players are now leaning more on the new media side, and there's nothing wrong with old media, by the way. But I think that they looking at it like, hey, I would rather for the low man to eat versus the high man, right? Because the high man gets a certain bit of information, and they no longer really supposed to have it because they don't respect us. But the new media do. How about that? Yeah. There are consequences on YouTube. You can still get canceled for your content. Not me, because we'll start up another one. You know, and there's no consequences. You can get fired at ESPN. You can get fired at Fox. You can get fired for the local media for saying certain things. But they can't right now say, I got freedom. I can say, bitch, fuck, damn. They can't do that, right? If ESPN, somebody on ESPN say bitch, they done. You know, they might as well say, oh man, you got to pack up the bag. See, this is me flexing my independency, right? So they don't have those circumstances that they will be under, right? So I'm a free man. I can do whatever I want. They can't, you know, and that's the difference. And that's why it's so powerful for you guys to be able to continue to support us and continue to hit that subscribe button, share this content. Because at the end of the day, we going to give y'all the real scoop. We ain't going to give y'all, hey, make sure you say it on this date so we can have the camera over here and make sure that X, Y, and Z product is on the table. No, they can't. You know, Pat McAfee can. Yeah, to a degree. And that's different. He's considered new media. But I would talk about things that he, you know, he's a unicorn out of there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to take the show that way, you know. But it is getting it going the best way possible. But neither here nor there. Let's listen to some of the ways that they have to frame their conversation. Let's listen.
Signed with the Seahawks, where they went back and forth a little bit. I think it reflects some of the feelings, some of the friction there is for Micah Parsons in that building in Dallas. And I think one of the big things about paying a guy, when you pay a guy at the level that they would have to pay Micah Parsons to retain him over a longer period of time, you want the entire organization behind it. You want the entire organization to feel good about it, because that player, whether you like it or not, is going to be a leader for you. Now, he can lead a bunch of different ways. He can be a leader in the traditional sense. You have a C on his chest. He is leading, stretching. He is the guy who's speaking up in the locker room. He can be your traditional front of the locker room leader. He can also be a leader by example, and that can go one of two ways. All right, this can be a guy who doesn't say a lot, doesn't have to actively lead, but carries a big voice because of his stature on the team, because of the money he's making, because everybody in these locker rooms, whether they admit it or not, keeps score by salary. So you can lead one of two ways. You can either bring people the right way, or you can bring people the wrong way. And so the Cowboys know all of this. The Cowboys know that even if Micah Parsons isn't going to be the guy that's at the front of the room, addressing his teammates before a game, addressing his teammates after a game, addressing his teammates at halftime, getting in guys' faces at the sideline, on the sideline, everyone in that locker room is going to be watching how Micah Parsons conducts himself, what he's able to get away with, how he works, how he interacts with coaches, how he interacts with front office, how he interacts with staff, how he interacts with his teammates. And that's going to set the tone, because by giving a guy a contract like that, you are implicitly saying that is what we're paying. And so, you know, I don't think Micah Parsons is a bad guy, But because there has been some of that friction over the course of time, and over the course of his 4 years in Dallas, that's something they're going to have to work through. I do think it's something they can get past. I think Micah Parsons badly wants to be a great player. Work ethic will never be a question with him.
Right.
But I do think that there's a place that they're going to want to have. They're going to want to have him before they give him the sort of contract that he's going to command. So, if I'm another team, I'm monitoring this closely. I'm keeping an eye on it. I do think that there is a level of unpredictability to this situation, over the next 6 months between now and the season opener in Dallas, whether or not they get something done, what it takes to get something done. But very clearly, Micah Parsons' contract, the average per year on that contract, the APY is going to start with a 4. It's going to be rich with guarantees, and it's going to set up a commitment where he is going to be a front of the locker room guy, one of the guys that has to set the example, that has to set the tone for you going forward. Again,
no doubt. All right, so that's Albert Breer on the Micah Parsons potentials if he is signed, right? And I'm going to tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, when there are cases and situations like you're hearing that Parsons will be given a lot of money, right? And we can talk about the contracting details of this, right? Whether it's going to be of the statue of a Myles Garrett or south of that, or if it's going to be something that's going to be pretty much when you look at his contract, you will say, all right, cool. This is something that he said he's a man of his word. He's standing 10 toes down, these sorts of things, right? But here's the truth of it all. And, of course, Jane Slater is reporting that they are not even close to this deal. Now, shout out to the lovely Jane Slater. I truly believe how she move around is a certain way that she got to move around because you got to protect your sources, right? And you got to understand that there's more than two sides to this situation. There's believe it or not, there's Micah Parsons' side, Jerry Jones' side, and the truth. And until the truth get out, everybody's going to have to add in the speculations. And the speculations will be that, hey, will Parsons get this deal done by this week? And will he absolutely sign the ink on paper by next week? Those are the things. But what we going to do with the money that we do spend for Micah Parsons that's going to increase our cap? Because, by the way, when you sign Parsons, it don't take away from the cap for this season. It absolutely increased the cap far as us with purchasing ability or spending ability. Now, granted, we do hear storylines of the Cowboys players like Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb banging the table for a certain person, right? Banging the table for a certain player to come inside the building, right? And then they realize that the Cowboys still look at it and say, nah, that's too rich for our blood. And that's the Cooper Kupp story from yesterday. I know you guys heard of it, right? So what I'm getting at is, even though we have the ability to sign Micah Parsons now, will the light still click on for the front office to say, okay, Parsons is good, but it's still not good enough. We still need more and more weapons, more and more pieces. Like I said this morning, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but you guys got to follow me with this. One of the most furious defensive players, dominant, in the last 10 to 15 years been Aaron Donald. And Aaron Donald couldn't get it done by himself. You still need damn near the Avengers in order for him to win a Super Bowl ring. So what I'm getting at, Cowboy Nation, that we should be far from done in free agency. We should be far from done as it relates to acquisitions, as far as trade, because I'm greedy. I'm greedy. Put greedy in the chat if you're greedy. Yeah. Come on with it.
Because by signing him to such a contract, you are basically saying, like, this is what we stand for. This is who we stand for. This is who we are. if they can't get to that point with Micah, or there's any sort of friction, or the contract looks like it's more difficult to do than they may believe it is here in March, maybe we're talking about something different. And I think that's where, if you're another team, you just have to keep calling. You call now, call a month from now, call 2 months from now, call 3 months from now, and just see where things are. The Cowboys, obviously, their recent history shows that these things drag out. The Ezekiel Elliott situation dragged almost to the season opener, and that was 6 years ago now. More recently, we saw the situations with Dak Prescott, and I said situations, it was multiple situations. Those contract negotiations dragged out. Last year's went right up to the season opener. CeeDee Lamb's contract situation led to a prolonged holdout. So, is there a possibility they get Micah Parsons done in April or May or June? Yeah, that's possible.
Now, April, May, June. So, all right. So, this will be monumental if the Dallas Cowboys are eligible and able to get this deal done this week or next week. Monumental. Now, keep in mind what Jane Slater said. There haven't been no meaningful talks, right? Now, I ain't going to say a little birdie told me X, Y, and Z things, but I'm going to say this right here. If you look at the framework of the contract, it have to be framed in a way whereas it goes back to what TP said, Terrence Parsons said, and he states that it's basically Micah Parsons being a man of his words. He's been true to his words, right? On willingness to not be able to say, hey, I want to be the highest paid non-quarterback player in the National Football League. No. He said it doesn't take all of that. But if we look at the framework of Micah Parsons' contract, you first starts off with a Myles Garrett, right? Myles Garrett signed a 4-year, $160 million contract, which includes a $21 million signing day bonus. 123 of that money is guaranteed, and an average annual salary of $40 million. Now, selectively, I see y'all putting that in the chat. Selectively speaking, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening right now, if you have a chance or a situation to get $100 million, would you take that on a contract, or would you prefer $45 million guaranteed on a contract? Which one of those monies is more? And I'm just using, this is not a tangible thing as far as that contract, but I'm asking you guys, would you prefer to have a $100 million contract that it don't have those stipulations on it? It's just a $100 million contract. Or would you prefer to have a $45 million guaranteed contract? Which one would you prefer? Give me the $100 million, or you just go ahead and give me the $45 million, right? Yeah, lost in translation said, give me the guarantees, man. It goes back to this point right here. You hit the lottery, and they literally tell you, we're going to give you the money stretched out over 40 years, and you forever, all you have to do is once a year, check the mailbox, and it's there, right? Or we can give you a lump sum now. Which one you taking? You might not live there 40 years, you know what I'm saying? They might send the money to the wrong address. Yeah. You and Ashanika could break up, and all of a sudden she got hold to all of the checks, you know. So, hey, just run me my money right now, you know. I'm going to call JG, you know. Come on with it. Hey, just give me my money now, you know. I'll figure out the rest, you know. and I put my money in the money market, put some mutual funds. I diversify my own portfolio. Me and Chat GPT and Gronk, however you call the other one's name, me and him gonna work out a deal. Come on, give me the lump sum. Direct deposit, please. Come on with it. In the words of my guy.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on.
No doubt. Shout out to y'all. And I need cash now. Give me that money, man. Give me all of it. Take it all out. And I've seen them quarters. I want the quarters, the pennies, the dimes, all of them. They add up, you know. That's what I would do. And that's what the Cowboys, Micah Parsons was probably going to say. Even if you look at the contract line for what Myles Garrett got, like, it goes back to this saying, shout out to my guy Okoye, who coined this phrase, and he got it from another philosopher, but accumulating knowledge over years of experience is Okoye. And he asked me one time, would you rather be a king for a day or a prince for a lifetime? Let me know in the chat. Let me know y'all decisions, you know. Let me be that king for one time, right? Or a prince for a lifetime. And I think that when you start to look at it, maybe you maneuver your way around and say, man, I can be a prince for a lifetime. Let me just work my parameters out well. And I think that that's what Parsons is willing to do. Now, the confusions of this particular situation could come with pride. Parsons got a representative just like anyone else. And his representative saying, hey, man, I just signed 2 DBs to historical numbers, and they not even in the same room as you, right? J.C. Horn is not even in the same room as Parsons. Even speed-wise, when coming out of college when they did the Hello Rookie series, not even in the, you know, Lost in translation says king me. You're a king for a whole day, you know, and then you be a peasant for the rest of the life. But you said, at least I live to be a king, right? I feel you, though. I feel you. You can always say, hey, man, I was once the king, the one true king. But a prince still got a crown.
Take the money out.
All right, Dre Maddox says a king for a day and change the laws. Yeah, but they dethrone the king once he's gone, you know. But I get what you're saying. Either way, you got to have to fight for what you believe in, right? You know, whether you want to be a person of a king in your own castle, I think that goes a major way. But I think we was talking about from a bigger picture, you know. Law said penny rollers add up to dollars. Yeah. Have you ever seen people mad because they had to pay a certain fine or a ticketed price? And they go get barrels of pennies. And they say, well, I'm going to show them. I'm going to pay them all in pennies. I love those videos. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I thought about doing that to the DMV down here in Dallas. Shoot, line was longer than Shaq feet. Man, I'm sitting here waiting. They said, hey, we can renew your license in July. I said, shoot, my license expired in February. What I'm going to have to do, ride dirty? Yeah, but we backed up. So I had to go and drive to some backdoor Texas DMV spot, you know, and renew my license. I had to drive miles just to get it done. But neither here nor there. And shout out to Backdoor, Texas. One of them drive down one of them roads that you better be up out of there before the sun disappear on you. You know, but neither here nor there. Micah Parsons, David is his agent, right? And the agent is the person that look out for the player. And when you have the player like a Parsons who got generational talent, whereas his name is listed on the names like LT of what they were able to do or eligible to do, and Randy White of what they were able to do or eligible to do in their first 4 years, you in good company. And I get it. The off the field things on how people feel about his podcast and beyond. You just can't overlook those productions. So as his agent is still saying, Parsons, I'm going to let you sit on this ideal, but I can get you 45 APY. I can get you over what Myles Garrett. And the situation with that is that Myles Garrett is chilling. But the problem is with all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is that these agents and these players, regardless of how you talk about it, you got to figure out a way to remove the bull sugar. And the bull sugar is this right here. As Nicole Lynn would say, I got my player, the highest paid player in the National Football League as a non-quarterback salary. Right? You next, David, what you got? This is an internal warfare between agencies and as well as players and as well as bragging rights, regardless of it. Even the players do it amongst themselves. But let me play the rest of this audio. Hold on.
Possible. They've done those sorts of deals in the past, too. They did one with Zach Martin years ago where they were able to come to an agreement well before the beginning of the regular season. I think that's preferable, and I think you probably want to work aggressively because it's such a big contract that you're going to want to know what you're working around, and maybe then at least you have an idea when teams call where you're at. But again, the Cowboys' history has shown us over the years that these things have tended to drag out into the summer. And again, if that happens, if you're another team, just keep calling. Again, don't think it's likely, but certainly I wouldn't rule it out completely. Question number 2 from Jeff Catalfino.
There you go, right there. Appreciate, man, Albert Breer for his reports on that. I will say this, too, when we move to the next topic line here. Get ready to call in, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to know y'all thoughts on how all of this can work out. AOC wanted cheerleaders yesterday. That was it. So shout out to my guy AOC, man. Always giving y'all the great energy and the reports and stuff like that. Shout out to you, Bale. Appreciate you. And who else have? I just hope that he adds a specific player in his contract. If he's I hope he adds specific players in his contract. If he's taking a friendly deal, a team friendly deal. Yeah, young star. I think that with the money now and the pressure, here's how it goes. And I'm trying to tread lightly on so many things you guys don't even know. I'm trying not to give out all of the info. It's harder for you to start lobbying for players when you haven't been lobbied, right? So the moment Parsons do get his ink on paper, right, the moment all of this stuff is subsided, right, then he can be able to relax a little bit and say, okay, now I can jump on this. Hey, bring us this guy. Bring us that guy. We really need to bring in this guy because now you have your homework done in front of you. So Parsons, before he can start lobbying for other players, got to get lobbied, right? He got to figure out, well, he don't have to figure out. The front office had to figure out because they already had their rules set into place. We were going to utilize this time frame for right now to tell everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, that we are working on a deal, and that's the reason why we can't sign X, Y, and Z player. But now that you took those and snatched those rules away and say, yeah, I'm playing into the game that you want to play. I'm willing to sign this particular deal. Give me dog water, kibbles and bits, add a little, add a little flavor on mine, Tabasco, add some of that, and I'll eat that. Are you sure? Yeah. And now they don't have those things of saying, hey, man, all right, we're finna work on the Osa contract. All right, we're finna work on X, Y, and Z. We're finna bring in another guy. The order of operations have been thrown off now because this person is willing to fight his agent, not the Joneses, his agent over the processes of me being not considered the highest paid athlete. Now his agent is thinking on his toes and saying, all right, I can't lose though right now. Let me figure out another way. And how do you do that? You stretch and pull the contract out, and you give them the length of the contract, not the return to get back to the table to get that new money. That's how you got to do that. Bland need to be paid. Yeah, you got to pay Bland. You got to pay Tyler Smith. Man, it never stops. That's why this job is not built for a mom and pops. This job is built for you to rule with an iron fist. And if the Jones powers were really used to the optimum level, we wouldn't even be talking about this. This deal would have been done, because they would be able to sit high and have their rulers being able to rule. And then they will smite thee if they don't come up with the results. How y'all think, and I hate to bring the Eagles up, but how you think Howie Roseman, y'all think that he's laying in a comfortable bed? No. No. Off with the head. What you mean you worked out this deal? What you mean that deal was terrible? Any GM would have been fired after that Michael Gallup contract. So you get rid of a wide receiver that had less injuries than this particular wide receiver, but because of that wide receiver was homegrown, you want to pay him $50 million guaranteed, and then he goes and get cut, goes to another team, and he retires. Now he's back. Come on, no, you're fired. Off with the head. You know what I'm saying? Dallas Cowboys hard hitter, became a member. Man, appreciate you, bro.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on.
Yeah.
Wasting my time now. Come on. Come on.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. So with that being said, let's let's switch it over to this part before we open up the deals here. But hold on. Let me just tell y'all this right quick. My guy right here is the craziest content creator out here, bro. This guy, man, y'all let him know, man. Law said that this dude right here crazier than Planet Peanuts.
God damn. Man, what? Hate no Micah, man. Quit hating no Micah. What you mean? You a hater. Ain't nobody hating on no Micah, man.
Just as you
Oh man, I got commercials on this damn thing. Hold on.
Lots more briefs roll in.
Shout out to them getting paid. I'm getting them paid right now. Hold on. I'm gonna skip that app though. Hold on.
Okay. You ain't giving Micah a fair chance, AOC. I get it. Well, why you keep making all these hating ass videos? I mean, I'm not hating on that dude, man. He just needs to chill out, man. He just be talking too much. I don't know, man. I'm just tired of all the foolishness. I just want these boys to focus on ball. He only potting once a week, AOC. It ain't like you. It's once a week. How you know he ain't focusing on ball? D-Law and them hating. Well, everything ain't gotta be hate. So how you know D-Law and Malik them ain't just trying to give Micah no good?
AOC, you crazy, man.
And how you know they ain't been hating? And he ain't had no veteran to go to even get some good guidance, man. You ain't looking at his piss out. Damn, you got a point. I know. You got a point. Listen, AOC. All right, well.
Yeah, that boy right there, boy. AOC, man, you nuttier than Planters Peanuts, man. That boy is nutty as all get out, man. Yes, indeed, man. I like to die when I saw that. It was on Twitter originally. I think he kind of still got it somewhere on Twitter. But, man, check out AOC, man. If y'all haven't been following his page, be sure to check him out, man. And today, we doing the Cowboys Collective with me, Foots, and John Machota, Machine Gun John. And we're going to see what we're going to talk about as far as this as relates to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, Willie T said, Law just said Gallup was homegrown and Amari wasn't. Why Amari was expendable? Yeah, that was the reason why. Attack on his consciousness. Jeez, AOC. Let me quit because he'll turn it to AOL. He would bring that back. Hell, that was the last time we won a Super Bowl, you know. AOL was out there. The little man that was running, shoot, I think he ran away with our rings. Come on, bring them rings back. Come on, AOL. And what AOL will mean, because y'all already know. Run that back.
Thief! Come back, thief!
Attack on law, you know. AOL. That boy attack everybody, boy. But it's just his sense of humor. But appreciate him. All right. Let's go to this conversational piece. Charvarius Ward. I know y'all might know of him playing with the 49ers. And he had something to say that I want to bring up so that you guys can relate to what he is saying. Hold on. Aaron, you still have AOL email address? Good Lord. Oh my gosh, boy. But neither here nor there. Come on with it.
Yeah, like you said, you don't have many opportunities as an undrafted free agent. Even going back to the Cowboys, I signed with them as an undrafted free agent. In training camp at OTAs, I was strapping them boys. Like the threes that I was going against, the twos that I was going against, the ones that I was going against, I was strapping all them boys. And I thought I was going to make the team in Dallas, but Dallas don't make a lot of good decisions, so they ended up trading me to Kansas City. And yeah, like you said.
So one of my Mississippi boys, shout out to him, and I know he's been going through a lot as it relates to lately due to the loss of his family member, his little one. The time he was here, we were going through a little coaching philosophy change, right? How we like to play our DBs, what we like to see from our DBs, whether they're going to be physical, off ball, you know, those type of things, or we're going to play a little bit more zone and these sorts. But the problem is that we have sometimes when the Cowboys do their evaluation, they would take a little more in this area and a little less in that area. And last season, one of the things that I was kind of like upset about is the fact that we were paying our backup quarterbacks about $8 to $9 million. When you add up Trey Lance's money as well as Cooper Rush's money. And I was figuring, like, man, you could have just scrapped both of them boys and got the guy that killed us, Josh Dobbs, for like 2.5, you know, or $2 million or something like that. Jameson Winston was making at least $3 million, and he would have been able to do similar things of what we seen out of our backup quarterback community, and disperse that money in those players that we're spending all of that money on, you know, for those two categories, and just get something else. Who remember? I think his name was Jelani Woods, or we call him. I think Big Game James was really high on him. He was like one of the safeties on this team. We cut him because of the depths. We needed depths elsewhere. So what I'm trying to get at in shorts is that sometimes we will cut out a player that we probably need to solidify an area on the other side of the team due to the fact that we are so gung-ho on our net route philosophy, which kills us every time. Julius would appreciate your time. Yeah, you know, so it goes that way. Now, I don't know what Julius Wood is doing, whatever he's at, but one can argue that it was similar to Charvarius Ward. Now, he went over to Kansas City Chiefs, balled out, and then he went to the Niners and balled out. Now he's somewhere else. But to make a longer story short, sometimes we don't manage our personnel right. We don't. Like, for example, even last season in training camp, I was like, okay, all right, Royce Freeman, kind of like the Javonte Williams situation now. I saw a little pop in his run. I saw how he trucked through and ran through some people. But based off of how things looked when preseason came about. He never got the opportunity or the chance. Cut. Didn't get a chance. All of that talk, all of that news, all of that stuff that was reported goes down the window or goes down the drain because we cut him. Didn't get a chance to see that man behind the real offensive line, nor got a chance to see that man still tall because it was so many politics in the running back room. And that's where we having issues with political warfare within the Cowboys. Let's go to here right here. And appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt, call them. Call my phone. And call me as well. But that's Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. They've been around for over 100 years combined. Like, if you combine all of their experiences together, they got over that. On top of that, they are here in the heart of Dallas. So if you're new to Dallas, about 9,000 individuals move to Dallas a month. Stop moving to Dallas, though, by the way. But about 9,000 folks a month. I would tell you, reach out to them. They know the terrain. They know the alleyway. They know everything about this area. And they will take great care of you, not advantages of you. But if you can't dial that number, visit FrankelFirm.com. Come on with it. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. All right, so my guy says politics is the reason why BB started at center over. Man, BB, in my opinion, if I don't know, Ty, if you was out there in training camp, but BB is just a whole lot stronger than Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman got more experiences. But the problem is with BB was this right here is the exchange, but that comes with experiences there. But there's no evidence of tape that Brock Hoffman was a better center than Cooper Beebe. Just to be fair to Cooper Beebe, and I get what you're saying with politics and stuff. But there's no definitive tape out there to prove your theory on that, you know. But I feel you. I take your word for it, you know. But moving into the 2025 season, here's the conundrum. You don't want to have a young guy to learn a different position, even though he has flexibility. I don't think that we can look back at tape from last season and say that Cooper Beebe played terrible enough to move him again. Nah, he played on an advancing level from week to week, and he improved at that spot. Now, it'll be up to Coach Connor Riley, to place Cooper Beebe. And he said from his mouth to y'all ears that Cooper pretty much played anywhere and everywhere on that line in K-State. So we got to fix this out. Do you what my guy, what Uncle Charles at? Uncle Charles, do you literally sacrifice it again and swap the positions? Because the only problem that we have with Brock Hoffman is that he attacked pretty well. He gets off of his releases pretty well, but he is still light in the britches. He's 303. And when you get those anchors down on him and he's coming from that center spot, whereas he got to he had to snap, tilt, and get up, he gets moved around like not old office furniture, like new office furniture. That old office furniture, you ain't moving that. Trust me. But you moving around like the IKEA furniture is what's been happening to him. He's technically sound, though. He just don't have the anchor. So I want my center to be anchored in, and they can't just line them up at 0 and bull rush and get to the quarterback. No. And the quickest way to get to any quarterback is through a gap. So I would just keep my Cooper BB there and say we'll add to what you did your rookie season, knowingly that you're going to get better because your muscle memory is going to be there, right? And if the Cowboys really want to go into this draft and solidify a right guard, I'm not mad at them. I don't agree with it, but I'm not mad at them. You know, with the 12th pick of the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select some right guard, you know. Yeah. Fight, you know, break the pool stick. Say, hey, Hoffman, you got to fight now. Nate Thomas, Robert Jones, and whoever, Tyler Booker, whoever we draft, you know, or whoever we bring in, a Will Hernandez, a Tevin Jenkins. I don't want none of these guys to feel comfortable, yeah. But those spots that I had my youth at, that developing, I'm not finna change it all over again for another year. Then you had to put that developmental curve back another year. So Guyton, you've been baptized by fire. You're going to continue to baptize. And if Guyton, and if this Connor Riley and Adam Clayton, if they can't be real with us and him, then they don't deserve to be winning anyway. So this offseason, it'll be the battle of the trenches down there in the O-line for your mind. It'll be just that. Just that. Battle of the trenches down in that O-line. We looking for real competition, not placebos. You know? So that's how I'm looking at it. And I know, a young star, I know I'm tired of drafting offensive line. I'm tired of it. But I got to stay true with what I'm seeing. If at 12, if O-line is the best player available, if Ted is not there, Genty is not there, then you're just not going to say, well, I'm going to go reach for a guy that I think is going to fit well. And it could be a guy that can be sensational. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use that word. I'm about to say transactional, but sensational, you know. But that means you window dressed it. You're bored. Just stay true to your board. That's why I want these guys to be burning the midnight oil, right? TJ Bass still on the team. Yeah, you got to fight for it, right? Yeah. Bass is still here. Appreciate you guys for calling in. Let me get the caller on. I got Cowboys 92, man, from the 754. You in the door, man. What's good with you, man? What you got for me?
What's up, Law Nation? How you doing, Law?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I can't complain, bro.
Yeah, man. You look at the Cowboys, you kind of see what they're doing. They're kind of showing their hand right now after all the depth pieces they got. If you sit back and watch what they're doing,
right,
is that they pick everybody up for their depth, you know, so they can they have to like just pencil somebody in at 12. So what I believe, just my personal opinion, I think they're gonna probably go wide receiver with that 12 pick. Because most likely Jenny going to be gone. Now, the problem is going to be which wide receiver you want to get. Would you want to get Tex or Golden? Or you want to get the other guy from, what is that? I forgot the school. Anyways, if I'm the Cowboys, go in to get Golden, because there's one thing the Cowboys, other than Turpin that got that type of speed, I select Golden because he run that 4.29, 4.3 speed, and we need a burn on that outside.
I do get your notions on that, you know, burner on the outside. And what's more important for this particular team is that, to me, not another 5'10" or 5'11" receiver. Or I think Golden right at 6 foot. I'm not going to short the guy, right? I need me a guy that can high point the ball, that can line up on the X, that you know for sure that's an X wide receiver. What's his identity? I'm a pass. I can block. I can help out the quarterback with pulling the ball out of the sky if necessary. That's what I want. Now, Golden, he can give you a lot of those things, right? But there's one thing that he don't have, and that is that height, that 50-50. Right. When you're talking about with Tet, he give you, it's not a 50-50 jump ball. It's more like he's cheating with 80-20 or 70-30. It ain't no 50-50. When that ball is in the air, he's able to come down with it 9 times out of 10. So, or 90-10, you know. So I'm just giving you that. I think we don't have that. If we haven't had that in a long time here, we can talk about the watered down versions of that, like a Jalen Brooks. Jalen Tolbert is a inconsistent one. Jonathan Mingo is the unknown. So give me that person that I know for sure can snatch it out of the sky and still do the same things that Matthew Golden can do from those particular parameters, you know, outside of speed wise.
Right, but you correct, but I'm just saying it's like really optional because he's dead like you talk about. He kind of dead like a little bit, but maybe a little faster, slight faster. But I know people. One thing you can't teach is speed. Mm-hmm. Speed kills. So you try to double up CD. I dare you go 1-on-1 with somebody who run a 4.2 or a 4.39 or a 4.3 or 4.2. I mean, I understand the high point and all that, but
right.
I feel like, you know, somebody more.
Is he faster than Kevontae Turpin?
Maybe a little slightly slower than him, but still like a 4.29. I think Turpin run like a 4.22 or something. He run a 4.29. So to me, I mean, it's slightly different, but that's still dang. Now picture this. Imagine Turpin in the slot. Here you got Golden on the other side, and you got CD, and they try to double either one of them. You can't do it.
Well, if I got both, if I got both of them in the slot, I'm jamming them both, and I'm having an over the top to making sure that those rookies, if they catch that peel in between, they'll get one off of me. But I'm telling my safety, peel that scalp back when you see them little boys like that, peel it back, get the flag, and let them try to do that again. You know, you can still press those boys. You're gonna have to motion and get them up off of the LOS. And I'm not saying that Matthew Golden is dog water, right? I'm not saying that he won't fit well in this system or scheme. He's clearly better than what we have out of Jalen Brooks, and to a degree off a potential base, than a Jalen Tolbert. But at the end of the day, I'm jamming them boys at the LOS, and then I'm getting my safety over the top. Is what the main key ingredient is. Who's going to cover CeeDee Lamb? That's who I'm looking for.
Right. Who gonna get on them? But that's what I'm saying. That kind of frees them up. If you have Turpin up the middle, you got Golden on the other side, and you got CeeDee Lamb, whether you want to put him in the slot or on the outside. And then you got our tight end, whoever that might be. You know, I'm just saying that speed kills. That's all I'm trying to say. That speed kills.
Yeah. It does.
And one more thing.
Uh-huh.
Imagine like last year, you know how we got Geiger? Imagine if we would have got Xavier Worthy, that was right there at 28, I think. I think with Kansas City told him at 31, 32, something like that. Imagine we would have got Xavier Worthy with that pick instead of Geiger. How you feel about that?
Worthy over Guyton? I think Worthy would have been a whole lot better, of course, you know, far as year one, and probably upside because of, like you said, his speed. Those are things that you can't coach up. But even with Worthy, right, you still normally it will be more than a 3-step drop for those particular routes to mature. And if you don't have that, it doesn't matter how fast you are, you still got to get the ball out to them. And all they did with Worthy in that damn Super Bowl is, okay, man over top. If he's on the line, you show some love, redirect him, knock him off of his route. Don't miss now. Don't miss him. If you miss, you're gonna have that safety. You're gonna have that safety still over the top. And Pat Mahomes was seeing ghosts out there. He couldn't even get the ball to Worthy. He couldn't even get it to James Worthy. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get it to nobody because
he couldn't get it to nobody.
The developmental routes. Yeah. And he's not on like these guys that's like Worthy. They're not on that 3-step. I'm just gonna throw a fade to them boys. You know, they can get you can cloud that, you can cover that up, you can bracket that, and that's a quick pick 6 or a quick pick if I know for sure that they trying to do a quick 3 and I got a safety over the top and he's fast, yes, but I got my safety over the top and I'm underneath. I'm just gonna do that all day. Hopefully they'll try to do that. But yeah.
If you go on NFL.com with Dallas.com, their website, you can see they moved Cooper Beebe to guard. They got a list of guard this year. So they might be sliding him over to guard and have Hoffman at center, and they probably drop a center or another guard with our lower picks. That might be happening.
Yeah, we just never know, man, with the Cowboys, regardless of what the website say. You know, but I appreciate you, man. What else you got before I let you go, fam?
How about, what about the quarterback? Because, we need somebody on the deck. What about that quarterback for Bama, number 4? I can't remember his name.
Miro.
How you feel about the draft of him?
I mean, it'll be nice if we had a 4th-round draft pick. Third would be kind of rich, even for the Cowboys. They will probably scout and try to say, well, we want a quarterback in the 3rd, 4th or 5th. But we'll see, man. I'm not gonna dog any of these quarterbacks that's out of this draft, but Dart is my guy, and I'm gonna say that until the end of time, until he goes to another team or what have you, or get drafted. Dart is my quarterback that I would like to see.
All right,
no doubt, bro.
How about those Cowboy haters?
How about them, man? Appreciate them. All right. Center. He was talking about the depth charts, and they do have Brock Hoffman listed as the center here. And there go Brock Hoffman. And I'm not saying because of his size that he can't play center, because what's the center name for the Eagles for all of those years? I think his last name was Kelsey. What's his name? What was his first name? Was it Jason? He was a very undersized guy, right? And what was the center name for he was considered his comp or what have you a couple of years back that a lot of people were banging on the table for us to get him. I think it was the year Tyler Smith was drafted, but he ended up going to the Ravens. What's his name? Undersized centers are a thing. But I'm telling y'all, let's not put Brock Hoffman in a Kelsey conversation. You know what I'm saying? Jason Kelsey. Let's not do that. Don't do that to us, man. But I do like Brock Hoffman's moxie. I do like that he likes to hit first and he extends and hit. But, Stepnowski was small. This is from Matt Leslie. Yeah, you going way back. Yeah, he was small. Hey, relatively, if you look at that complete offensive line, comparable to modern-day offensive line, everybody was small compared to that. Linderbaum, appreciate y'all. Boy, y'all got good historical data, man. Linderbaum was considered a small guy, right? But I'm not getting into size with the center. But what I'm saying, just my point of view, and I never played guard, as y'all can tell. I never been over 230 pounds, So I never played offensive line. I never played tackle or guard. But I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want Brock Hoffman or Cooper Beebe trying to relearn some stuff and if he played well already at center, then stack and build upon that. Let's stop playing musical chairs. That's my thoughts of it, right? And I could be 1,000,000% wrong. Some people say, hey, rip the Band-Aid off now, Law, and just go ahead and get it out the way. Make Brock Hoffman your center and let Cooper Beebe be your right guard. And then just live with that and say, hey, first year, hey, learning year for a new position. Now you know that you got a guy with positional flex. He plays center and guard. if that's what they're gonna do, then they need to start that now. Yeah. But let's go with the next caller. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and being part of this. Jimmy, the Greek man from the 781. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, my brother?
All is well. I can't complain, man.
That's good. Listen, I'm actually not calling from the 781 right now. I'm in sunny Aruba right now on vacation.
Oh, wow.
Being a big fan of the show, I had to call in at least for one time this week. So it's beautiful here, man. I ain't going to lie. But listen, real quick, I want to talk about the draft. Initially, I was all in on running back because that's such a pivotal position that we really need. But the more I think about it, I think at 12, we need a stud wide receiver. So I think at 12, I think we should go with the best available wide receiver in the draft to complement CD. And then because the draft is so rich in running backs, we'll get another quality back in the second or third. What do you think on that, Law?
As long as, let's say you have that stud wide receiver, if he's on the draft board and he's definitively, from your analysis, from the team analysis, better than the running back, then you get that wide receiver. But if he's not, then I don't give a dog what's down the stretch. You get what you're supposed to get as your best evaluated player right then and there. You shouldn't window dress it. You shouldn't be playing around with it. If they did all of their research and it states that this is the pick, then you do that. For a long time, fam, Jimmy, Greg Ellis was never a horrible pickup for us, by the way.
No, you know what? He really wasn't. Actually, you know what? Didn't we draft him over
Randy Moss?
Randy Moss, thank you. And even though Randy Moss was a transcendent player and he killed us in that game, I'll never forget. I was a little kid, but it still hurts to that day. You know which one I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, where he scored like 1 million touchdowns. But you know what? Greg Ellis was a great player for us.
Right. He was.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pretty good for us, but you got to put the butt in there.
That's it. Big butt.
Yeah, you got to put that big butt up in there because Randy Moss was transcending. That was the word I was trying to look for earlier instead of transactional. Right. But his jersey sales would have been transactional. But I would say this, though. You just go with, we can see it. Like, for an example, let me give you some wee-woo sauce.
Right.
Taco Charlton technically had a better rookie season than Marshawn Nealon, right? Or, let me see, he had 3 sacks his rookie season. The problem is with Taco is the fact that T.J. Watt was just better. He was a better prospect. And then Taco came into the building, and he played on the same side as D-Law, and D-Law had that wake-up call. You see, so now what you did for far as you reaching for an edge guy, you flip him to the other side. And he never got his foot good. The 3 sacks that he did got was when he was playing on D-Law's side in the games that he couldn't participate in because of his situation.
Yeah, 100% right.
So it's just for what it is.
It is what it is. And you know what? I got to say, out of all the last 10 years or so, the biggest disappointment for me was David Irving because I really thought he was going to be something incredibly special, man.
Right.
But unfortunately, with the whole weed situation, now it's unfortunate because they're allowing weed in the league. That's a big slap in the face to all those players that got in trouble back then for weed. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm here in Aruba. I'm going to have a beer on you, my brother. A Balashi. That's a good beer. And we will talk when I get back.
No doubt, man. Hey, enjoy yourself, man. And, hey, let me hear you say it, bro.
Oh, how about them Cowboys, baby? Woo!
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, get one of them drinks with the umbrellas in it, man. Yeah. Salt or tahine around the worm. Yeah. But y'all give it what I'm saying. Dre Madden says BPL stanky. Yuck. Oh, Lord. But BBL lives matters too, so I don't want to be infringing or casting aspersions upon the BBL community. Yeah, you could tell that David Irvin was about that life too. You know, his numbers were very comparable to Aaron Donald. That 1 year, man, he slap a player, man, the ball come falling up out of them, right? David Irvin was just naturally gifted and talented that he can roll out of the bed. He could pull a stop sign up out of the ground, you know, and just go look at your, just go look at your average stop sign and just try to pull it up out of the ground wherever you may be at. Because just go look at that, and that ain't nothing to easily do, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what I'm getting at. Cowboy Nation, that was something that David Irvin was able to do. We missed out on that, but that's water under the bridge. I would say this though, Cowboy Nation, hold tight for me while I got to get this going, and bear with me. I tell you what, we'll cut to a commercial right quick. Let's talk about control, and first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW. Shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW. Shopmando.com. Let's go, and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
No doubt, man. So stay in control of your odor. That's Mando. And they'll fight for you for right up to 72 hours. That's a long time. But put it on some fresh skin. Don't put it on that old dried up skin. Make sure you go wash yourself. And they got the bar soap too that operates a whole lot better than the regular soap. For those who don't want it to be squirting out of a bottle, you can go use the bar soap. But let's listen to these guys over here on 105.3 The Fan on this topic line right here.
All right, let's take you inside the Star in your official home of the Cowboys. What are they still missing?
Yeah, this is over at The Athletic. This was Saad Youssef taking a look at the various position groups that they have and where they're at after the first week of free agency, and he's got it termed as their need level of low, moderate, or high. There's a lot of highs left on this list. Let's go down the list here. Quarterback first. The need level, moderate. They say, unlike last offseason, there are no questions lingering about the starter.
Man, I thought y'all loved me a little bit. I went live a little earlier because I got a meeting to go to.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
We only got 180 likes, man, and I thought y'all was there for me, man. I thought y'all cared about me, man. Y'all don't even care about me, man. Delivering all this news, man. Y'all rather listen to ESPN. 3-letter networks, man. I thought y'all care about me, man.
Shame.
That's y'all gonna do this to me.
Shame.
Y'all not liking this content today, man. Come on, man. Y'all not liking me.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
Man, y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that share icon and subscribe to the nation, baby. Hey, man, come on, man. It's easy, man. I know it's very much so unroutine that you may jump on the 3-letter, 4-letter networks and they're not telling y'all to hit likes. They're not telling y'all to hit this because they got guaranteed money. That's what they got. They got the guarantees that's going on. You know, we got sweat equity. Yeah. Come on with it. Yeah, they killing me over here, man. No.
Y'all killing me with this.
Jeez, man. All right, come on with it. That's enough for me. All right, come on. Yeah. The balance of equilibrium is there now. Okay, come on with it.
Dak Prescott secured the big contract. The backup spot is a different story. Cooper Rush has left for the Ravens.
I mean, there are questions lingering about the starter, though.
Yeah, just for like need level though. Like know, you've got your starting quarterback. He's
like
there.
I would argue now the backup, and I understand what they did. Right, they're not going to pay a ton of money for a backup when you paid 60 to your starter, but I could argue very easily the importance level of the backup quarterback now way higher than over the past 3 years when you had a nice solid option in Cooper Rush because of Dak's health.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And right now they don't have Cooper Rush. Trey Lance is not returning. Boy, he has found a chilly market, it appears. So right now you've got Will Greer on the practice squad or signed to a futures contract, and Dak, and that's about it. The Cowboys have already said they're going to either draft a quarterback or acquire one. They've still got to add to that position. So a moderate need there. Fair?
All right, so let me give y'all, I'm not going to play the entirety of the 13-minute video, but what they did where is they put need levels, right? And I want to try to make this as quick as possible. They said quarterback, that's a moderate need. Shout out to my guy, Andre Jackson, for always bringing in some good stuff, man. He's a great follower on Twitter. Be sure to check out my guy, Andre Jackson. Matter of fact, let me share this right here so you guys can go and subscribe to him. Let him know that, man, Law Nation sent me over here, man. I just want to check out your stuff. And there it is right there, okay? All right, but neither here nor there. They got the levels of it. I agree with the moderate level for quarterback, right? All right, and I agree with the high level of running back. In order to get where we going to now, look into the mirror and say, Javonte, I need more. Miles Sanders, we need to see more, right? I just don't feel comfortable going into 2025 and overlooking the fact that we need a running back, right? So it's a high level, high intensity, high on everything. John Legend high that we need to get things going. Tight end room, I saw a few things from Brevin Span Ford last season that if this brother stay healthy and everything, we good. I'm telling y'all, we good. Ferg, Schoonmaker, even Stephen Jones, if we can get him some better knees, man, shoo, we good, y'all. We good. So I agree with the tight end situation. I don't disagree with wide receiver as far as what we need out of this situation. I don't disagree. I agree that that's a high issue right there. High issue, not a low issue. Because right now, I don't want us to be like, hey, let's just get this wide receiver because of X, Y, and Z. And then the expectations falls on the shoulders of that rookie wide receiver to beat out not just Jalen Brooks, not just Jalen Tolbert, Mingo, and Paris Campbell, and all of those boys. It's going to be feast or famine with this wide receiver coming out of the draft. So I think that the Cowboys probably need to get that known commodity and still draft a wide receiver. And a known commodity will be via trade or something. I'm still on the Key Allen to Dallas. I'm still on that wave, right? And I get what most people saying, we can get it done without it. Nah, I think that you still need to evaluate and assess your wide receivers before you go into this draft. O-line, they got moderate. I think we need 2 more guards in here. I think you can go get Tevin Jenkins for a cup of coffee. I know he got a bad back or what have you, but at least bring him in, check him out, see what he can come about to be, right? Will Hernandez, he played formerly with Clayton Adams, who's going to be calling the plays. If that stuff check out, bring him in. So I will put moderate / high for offensive line. Safety, you don't get Wanye a number 2 jersey to sit on the bench, right? So Wanye, it'll be blasphemous if you got Wanye wearing the number 2 and he's on the bench. So I think Wanye is going to figure out a way to be a starter this season, unless he's hedging his way to being a starter. I don't know. Cornerbacks is very high. Cornerbacks are just as high as the running backs for this situation. Bland and Kyer are your 2 outside cornerbacks. Kyer is going to be looking to have a revamp type of career. And people were saying from Bill's country that he's dog water. Confidence is everything as a DB, but also you got to have depth in that room. So a cornerback is a very deal. LB, that's linebackers, not Lord Brunson, is low, and I feel them. You know, the NFL switched to devaluing linebackers just as fast as they devalue running backs. But in largelyhood, it's because teams don't have 3 linebackers out there on the base formation anymore. Most bases now are nickels. Yeah, you're 4-2-5, so you can maneuver around with linebackers, and they are not really going to bust you across the head as far as money too. So I think we are okay to a degree going into linebacker world in this draft with what we have now. Right, the Greenlaw sweepstakes and the Boltons, that's all dried up now. All right, so with that being said, D-line, high. I agree. We all agree. Mozzie, to a degree, we like the character of Mozzie. You speak to him, you will see that he probably won't even hurt a butterfly, you know. Gentle giant. One can say the same for Solomon Thomas. Osa, nice guy. He hold the door for the ladies. Nothing wrong with that, right? He'll pick a player up when they on the ground. We missing some Cajun big boy down inside that won't wipe his nose when you tell him to, right? Nasty. You know, keep stuff on his face for 2 or 3 days. We need us a big nasty down inside that don't even wash his hands when he get off the john, right? And then smear it all over you like you're at the dentist's office after they been in your mouth. You know how they do that? That's what we need. We need a big boy down inside. We need somebody that can say, hey, at the end of the day, I may not get a single sack, but you will know who I am when I put all of this heavy weight on you, right? And that's what we need. We need a big, big enforcer from a mindset, if you don't have the size, or from the skill set, if you do have the size. You know, we need that. That's a very, very much so high need. Let me know if y'all disagree. So we need, I'm going to put some checks by this. My bad. We have checks by this. Defensive line, let me circle it. Yeah, we need that. Yeah, not 500 pounds. Yeah, Law wants the big nasty, don't even wipe it, you know, yeah. Wipe his backside. That's what we need. Man, the Cowboys ain't playing fair, man. They got that big boy down inside. Yes, indeed, man. I got my guy from the 201, 100 grand with the plan. What's good for you?
Hey man, you know, you definitely need that size, man.
we need it wide, boy. Shoot, yeah, girth and all.
You gotta have the confidence to go with it. Now, you know,
you got to have the demeanor.
And don't have the confidence. You know what I'm saying? They want them aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
Got to be aggressive. Gotta be aggressive with it, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to be, holding them and caressing. Nah,
Yeah.
you need to be aggressive.
Yeah.
You need to be treated like blank and blank and blank. That's how they stay.
Yeah.
You can't.
Got
but
to.
man, listen, man. Why do people listen to Michael Parsons, brother? So homeboy who made all that, and I get it, man, that's your man. You feel me? But the stream is irrelevant now. Like, why you listen to his brother? He don't know what the hell he's talking about. That whole thing about, oh, man, hey, he's great, and I got breaking news. James Slater came off the top rope and shut it down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Stop spreading rumors, man. That's all his brother want to do is spread rumors. Law, I would trust his brother if he was front row at the games. If he was in Dubai too with his brother. if he, then I would trust his brother. But his brother don't be nowhere. He don't.
Okay.
Come on, man. I got.
Well, I want to say this though. Sources close to the star, telling me, called and told me.
Okay.
Yeah. They echoed the same things that his brother said. Now the problem is with this news being, released, is that
it's too quick.
It's too quick, and it's beyond protocol. So his brother is part of new media. Parsons is a part of a media machine as well. Now,
right.
If I'm trying to tread very lightly because the sources I know for sure, is pinpointed accuracy.
What's happening on the back end?
Which would happen on the back end. But
happening on the back end?
Yeah. And there's codes, man. Like the stuff didn't supposed to be like that,
I hit you up. You already know how that is.
Yeah.
How
But
you squashed my dreams the other day. How you squashed my dreams the other day. I heard. I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard. I said, God damn it, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. So that's just how that goes. Unfortunately, man. Fortunately, it's just for what it is, bro.
I mean, I get it. It's a protocol system. They want to roll it out. They don't want you to. You're too fast with it now.
Right.
You know how the Joneses are. The Joneses want to grab the headlines and they want to do all this, and you come out saying it. Come on, man. Sometimes you gotta be quiet.
Yeah, you got to be quiet, but there's a certain party of a member that's frustrated with another member about talking about it, and it's like, who birthday? Don't y'all know who birthday it is this week?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and
that'd have been a great birthday present.
It would have been a great. Let the birthday boy speak on it. How you go? Oops, shit. Oh man, I talked too much already. So it's one of them things, man. So you gotta,
But if I'm picking up what you putting down, that's your responsibility to shut that down.
Yeah. It is,
if
but
if you want access to me, I don't need you running your mouth, and I can see that's why the access ain't there, Lo. Come on, Lo. If you was my brother,
I'm your brother, don't you know? But what I want to do is say this right here, on behalf of the Lion Heart Foundation. There's an event that will be happening tomorrow, right? And he's going to have a lot of folks in the building. Let me just tell y'all who all coming. Tyreek Hill, you heard of him?
Yes, sir.
Trayvon Diggs, have you heard of him?
Yes, sir.
Right. Derwin James, Von Miller. They're gonna have some Sam Williams, Cavante Turpin. all gonna be at this. Amari Cooper, Osa Adigi-Azua, and last but not least, Miles, not Moreau, but Garrett. It will be there at this event, and I'm gonna share the link. Oh, and yours truly, Law Nation Sports, is invited too. Yeah, they'll be auctioning off Peyton Manning stuff and a whole nine. But it's giving back to the Lionheart Foundation. I'm gonna share this link. You guys can still purchase tickets. The tickets is John Legend high, bro.
I know that.
I mean, it's John Legend high, you know. So, and
I better get an autograph if I get one of them tickets.
Yeah. But it's all for a good cause, man. So,
for sure.
So it's giving back, man. He's doing great things for the community here. So y'all be sure to check out. I'm gonna share this website too on Team Micah Parsons. And I do know that when they said like the after deal is a private eatery. When they said it was $1,000 a plate, I said, you know what? That's what I don't got that Miles Garrett money.
I gotta pass on that one.
Hey, Miles, man, feed the kids over here, man. I'm starving kid from Texas, So I said, man, I can go. You got me to the bowling game? Okay, I haven't bowled in 20 years, right? So I'm sitting there like, I just sit back and watch. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, if you get me bowling, you're gonna have to pull the railings out. But that's gonna be tomorrow, man, huh?
Gotta get back in the groove, man.
Man, I haven't bowled in almost 20 years, man. I used to be cold. Hey, back in my day. Pull the safety rails out, Law. Bowling Law. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. About food.
See the spin in the arc. And
spin in the arc, man. Shoot. That's all I can say, man, is shout out to Parsons, shout out to TP, shout out to Mama Parsons, shout out to Uncle Parsons and Daddy Parsons, all of the Parsons, man, and Sister Parsons that's out here, because I can tell you this, without numbers putting into this conversation, he at least going to be here for 4 or 5 more years. How about that?
That's all I care. That's all I care about, bro.
Yeah.
It's just getting done, and it's done.
Right.
That's all I care about, man. I don't care, That's it. I just ain't want the nonsense and I don't know, and contracts talks have stalled out, and I didn't want that. I just wanted it to be done, for him to be signed, and it could be done. That's all I wanted. And
no doubt.
If that's the case, I'm good with it. How much money do we save? How much money, the Jones is going to keep in their pockets, because they ain't going to get nobody. They're going. I'm just amazed at the money we're going to have roll over for next year, Law. Because, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have about $40 million rolling over next year, because nobody else is out there to go get.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is out there to go get? Who you going to get,
Well, I just hope
you going to go get Lockett on the back end? Like, why won't you get him now?
That is a strategy, though. And you mentioned Lockett. That is a conversation that people been talking about on the Cowboys side of things. So don't be surprised.
But why not go get him now? Are you afraid? Or are you going into the draft like, okay, if Ted isn't there, then we'll go get Lockett. But if we get Ted, we not going to pick up Lockett. Why don't you have Lockett in Ted? I'm tired of the Jalen's. Get the Jalen's up out of here.
We're going to fool around and draft Jalen Royales, and you're going to be like, damn, nigga, you got another Jalen. You're going to get all of the damn Jalen's, man. But
because even if we get, not to cut you off, but even if we was to get Ted or a 4-4 guy, that's growing pains. I don't think CD wants to go through the growing pains. He wants a veteran guy on the other side of him that knows what he's doing.
At this point,
And I would want that as well.
At this point, not even CD. Dak also lamented it. Oh, I'm talking. You got me talking too much now, man. All of the TPs said we ain't talking the law no more. Tad Prescott, Terrence Parsons, Tony Pollard, all of the TP. Tony Pollard don't even play for the team no more. Hey, I'm Tony Pollard. I refute Law Nation. You know.
They keep from talking. I'll just text your phone.
yeah. Jeez. But man, I appreciate you for calling in, bro. What else you got before I let you roll, man?
Next thing we need a big boy in the middle, man, because I don't trust Mozzie, man. We cannot go into this season thinking Mozzie gonna have a jump.
Yeah.
We need another big guy up in that middle, man, especially if old boy want to rush 4.
Facts.
You know?
Yeah, you're gonna need a good rotation, man, and
you need that line is the strongest point.
Yeah.
If you got a strong line, I ain't gonna say that cornerback don't matter, but not as much if you got a strong line that can make things happen. So I wouldn't be surprised in this draft if we go get us a big boy, man. That's what I want.
Let's go get us
Big
one,
boy.
man. Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you calling in,
like
bro.
Like you're saying, a big boy. That
Yes,
don't wipe his
indeed.
behind, like you said.
Yes, indeed. Don't wipe his nose, man.
Mando don't even help him.
Yeah.
Mando can. All right, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Good call for 100 grand, man. And I get it, man. The link I posted right here, Sadiq, is Micah Parsons' website. They do have a link where you can sponsor there. They do have their Instagram page here, Lions Heart Foundation 11. I want you guys to do me a huge favor. Go there, subscribe there, and let them know that Law Nation sent me there and all of that stuff. And they're going to be providing virtual resources, mentorships, assistant programs for youth and families, community and Gold Star families. So don't let the – let me just do this as a law PR announcement. Let me do this as a law PR announcement. You know, I'm just going to do it this way. When you go – if you see the price – stickers for this bowling ball event tomorrow, don't be like, hey man, they want $12,000. Oh man, they want $10,000. They want $5,000. What do you play? Got to understand that all of the proceeds and all of the monies goes back to the community, and they're trying to fundraise. And Von Miller pocketbooks and Derwin James pocketbooks and Miles Garrett, not Moreau, and Trayvon Diggs, they in a different tax bracket, right? So you trying to get your boys to make sure that they give properly, right? Tyreek Hill, I was watching some show on Netflix, and he had a squeeze. Man, that damn house, I said, man, look at the shower water coming from the top, the sides and everything. And she complained about that. She look at Tyreek Hill, got marble floors and everything, pool. Like, man, these people be rich, man. They be on a whole different level, not counting their money, but their lifestyle is different. You know, they would spend $10,000 like we spend $10. So that's all I'm saying. So when you see that, and then the benefit dinner, $1,000 a plate. If anybody seen Miles Garrett or Sam Williams in real life, they can't just eat one plate. Yeah, I was at an event, and Sam Williams was grabbing all of the French fries and the hot wings. I'm saying like, hey, Sam, hey, go buy another plate of wings, man. You done killed these. Yeah, you said you wasn't hungry, dog. You done ate the whole plate. Yeah, so them boys be eating real big plates. Yeah, that Italian marble, is it? I don't know, man, but shoot, it ain't corks. It's that real marble, shoot. How you rich getting cheated on, you know? Well, Your man's. Hey, man.
Thief! Stop, thief!
Oh, my gosh, man. I guess it's better to find out earlier than find out too late. Shout out to Xavier Worthy. he caught her, and she called the police. Police!
Thief! Stop, thief!
He had the webcam going, seeing her getting knocked out of her. She getting the rings knocked out of her. She called the police on him. Oh, man, I hope all is well. And I hope that never happened to my guy, Travis. Oops. Did I say that, Hunter, out loud? All right, let me let the next caller on. I got from the 202 Big Amish. You live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, bro.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them? Yes, indeed. What you got for the show today?
Well, first, thank you for the time. Allow me. Trey Lance, do you think there's a chance we could bring him back after June 1st?
Possible. According to Spot Rack, he's your youngest available option right now, and he will probably know majority of the system. You can bring him back for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, no, I'm for that. I'm big time for that, especially because after June 1st, I think even if you give him a 1-year deal, my understanding is you could spread that salary over 2 years because it's a post-June 1 signing.
Right.
So it actually could save you money for this year anyway, cap space, and get some other players. Okay, that's one.
That's
Two,
one guy.
It seems like the defensive players, not all of them, have position flex. What I mean by that, Solomon Thomas, D tackle, but he during his combine ran a 4.69. I mean, that's Aaron Donald speed, right? If I'm mistaken. He's not Aaron Donald. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Right. And Payne Turner, same thing. I could see adding some pounce to him and kicking him in the inside because with those long arms, you could fend off those guards, and it brings me images. And again, he's no Leon Lett. I'm not saying anything close to it, but if you scheme the right way, what are your thoughts of how these players and some of our safeties as well have position flex? Because Wanye Thomas could tackle, and that guy could play all positions almost. Do you see us scheming like a 46 defense, concealing it and then employing it during games? And because if we don't get the right players on that defensive line, you got to generate pressure. That's all I'm saying. What are your thoughts with the position flex we have of certain players? I know Overshown's still hurt.
Right.
But what are your thoughts about that and implementing a version of it, like a concealed version and limited use? How can that benefit our players if we're not going to get other defensive tackles, which I'm hoping at least during the summer we're going to get in training camp, we're going to trade and get some talent. But what are your thoughts on the defensive scheme?
Well, I think they're going to keep it simple. I don't think that they're going to do a lot of variations of blitzing. So they're going to do a lot of heavy rotation. So with our rotation piece, we got to get guys that can penetrate and get upfield. We know Osa can do that, right? I know to a degree Solomon Thomas got a better get off the ball than Mozzie, but, you're talking about a difference of 30 pounds. So I would think that the Cowboys continue to bring in a guy after the draft in that spot to fill in that voided area, like they did last season with Jordan Phillips, I believe, or whatever that kid name, I forgot his name. They may do something similar like that if they can't find a piece in this draft. A big boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to bring in something to deal with that. Mm-hmm. So that's what, and that being the weak link, we got to save our defense. So now shifting to offense,
right.
That's why a T-Mac is so important in our running game. Whether an Ashton Genty's there, we need those two pieces. We need a solid run game. And if we could get Tet, man, that'll help our offense. We just want to keep getting first downs and score, but I think controlling that clock, the TOP, is so critical if we're not going to have that defensive front. Right? What are your thoughts on that?
Most certainly.
We need our offense to control and get first downs, just as important as getting points. But that should be a priority.
Yeah, I think that the best way we can help this defense is via the offense. And if we can move the chain, get a heavy run game, and if you can get a possessive type of wide receiver to add into the mix with CeeDee Lamb, who can be your two-way go guy or short area quickness and short route guy. Not necessarily you put CeeDee Lamb on taking the top off the defense guy, but I think that would help this team out tremendously opposed to the other angles that we may have been looking at in the past. So if we get run game, we get that possessive type of wide receiver like a Tet or like a Trey Harris or a Savion Williams or to a degree Jaden Higgins. I like those type of wide receivers here in the building. And Elik for Stanford, I like his skill set. I think that we get or Jack Beck. There's a list of wide receivers that I think that will work well with what we got out of CeeDee Lamb and this run game that we supposed to go to.
Spot on. I hope we draft Gideon as well.
DJ,
Gideon,
come on with it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the sneak pick. He's going to be the one that I think stirs the pot for that. If Genty's available at 12, that's a whole different story. But if not, raises a lot of interesting scenarios in the draft. And I still love my Mighty Mouse, Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah.
I'm going to still hold out hope for him.
Let's do that, big man. I appreciate you calling in, fam.
And how about them Cowboys?
How about them? That's Big Amish, man, with a good call. Here's what I'm going to say again. Someone says in the chat area, Mary Cole says, pay Micah now. Yeah, but Deshaun86 says, go get Mark Andrews. Well, we could be the OU boys around here, huh? Mark Andrews did go to OU, right? Dallas Goedert or Mark Andrews? Let me know in the chat because both of those tight ends are, I believe, are placed on the trading blocks or something like that. I read or heard of that particular information. Then if you do that, the development piece of Ferguson would have been a waste. And the drafting of Schoonmaker would have been like, hey, what the hell we doing, right? I think that the Cowboys got something special out of Brevin Spann-Ford, but I wouldn't be mad if the Cowboys do either of those particular situations. Even though Andrew is known for dropping the ball, right? His boy dropped the ball in the red zone. Your man says go get Dallas Goedert. Jason Barnes says get Dallas Goedert. Yeah, it'd be a double 2-for-1, right? Weakening the Eagles and strengthening us, playing keep away from them, and don't trade them Ferg because Ferg got too much dog in them. I would trade them. Get them Jalen Brooks or something. Oh my gosh, man! Give them. Who would I give them for? A futures pick or something like that? 6-7 round pick. Goddard and Ferguson together would be dope. I feel you. Yeah. And they'll be appreciative and appreciated here in Dallas land. I got from the 469. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Yo, good afternoon, Law.
What's up, bro?
Man, I just hope you're having a great afternoon and everything. Great show as always.
Appreciate it.
I just want to speak on one topic. Do you really think, and I just want your opinion on this, do you really think the Cowboys are delaying the Michael Parsons situation on purpose before the draft so they can kind of keep headlines and they just want to see how the dominoes fall? Or do you think they're just like, well, we just don't match their criteria, on the same price right now?
If I'm a betting man, I think that the news probably be announced tomorrow, right? And the ink work and paper ship deal will probably be sometime next week, like Monday or Tuesday, on this Micah Parsons deal, right? If this news don't hit out by that time frame, meaning that there's a pushback from the agency or some type of stipulations in the contract, So as me being a person that handles and deals with contracts for at least over 10 to 15 years, I would say that wait until the ink get on paper before making any type of leaks or announcement, because things can change. Like right now, things can change, right? So I don't think that the Cowboys front office is delaying the process and procedure, because he's already agreed that he's willing to take less. It could be that his agent is asking for a little bit more on the contract to solidify, his deals here, so that he won't look like, hey, I done got this generationally talented, transcending talented player to sign for dog water, and I need to get the same representations that I can prove to my other clients that I'm not out here doing injustice services to my agent. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that could be, in short.
No, yeah, no, I understand completely, and I think as soon as you get that Parsons done deal, you kind of lay out the foundation of what you're going to attack, how the draft is going to lay out, right? And
right,
I don't know what you're going to do in the 12th pick, but if you were a betting man, right, Law?
Right.
You think running back and cornerback is that pick right there? It's like a lock-in. You're looking at those positions right there?
Yeah. Running back, and what was the other piece that you were saying?
Cornerback.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, crazier as it is, being 1,000 with you, why?
Jason Barnes, $20.
We got a super chat. Hold on.
Brother, now that we need a backup QB, what do you think about drafting Milroe from Alabama if he is there early in the 5th? I would love that development and athleticism sitting behind Doc.
No doubt. No doubt. Appreciate you, JB. Here's what I'm going to get at right quick, bro. Regardless of the situation, I think that we need DB a little bit more than running backs at this point. We can at least get the game played today with our running backs, but we can't get the game played today without DBs right now as face value. And go ahead.
Yeah. No, and I just feel like we just have like 2 running back 2s, or, I mean, it's not like running back 1s. I mean, Miles Sanders is not Miles Sanders of the past, and so is, what's his name, Williams.
Mm-hmm.
We're not looking for them to be prime stars running backs, but I definitely think that room definitely needs improvement. And with the cornerback, we don't know. Trayvon Diggs coming from the Hells. Bland, I don't know what his contract situation is going to be for the Cowboys. Who knows if it's going to be too rich for them. And then last but not least, I mean, you already had that. What's his name? That cornerback that averaged 154 quarterback rating.
154 quarterback rating.
On your team, he was dog water on our team. The cornerback, he couldn't cover anybody.
Oh, Bruce.
Yeah,
dog. He dog water for real. Kippers and bits.
Yeah, man. But so when you're relying on them to make like a deep cut on your cornerback room, like basically, hey, you gotta provide a winning how do you say play for us to win, right?
Right.
I mean, you got a long way to go, so you definitely need improvement in that department as well. So I just hope the Cowboys do their due diligence, see what their true weaknesses are, and I mean, if the best player available is the wide receiver, then that's it. I mean, go buy the best player, but definitely know you have those needs right now, especially for a win now mode, as Jerry Joe says, and that's all. I'll keep doing greatness, man. Peace.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. That's from the 469. My guy, Lokes, man. So appreciate him. I got Jay with the super chat that states, give me Rocket Sanders in the 5th round, running back from South Carolina. I'll take a look at him, but, like I said, I'm in the thick of the weeds, man, when he get that late in the draft. I allow draft people to do draft things, but by far when we do get, like, I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm surface level draft guy. Surface level. Like, I love football. I absolutely love football. right? But I'm not finna go look at all 3,000 of these teams, 4,000 of these players, and be like, hey, I know X, Y, and Z. And there are so many things that so many people will lie to kick it to say, yeah, they are the draft phenom guy, right? But there's so many things that you got to quantify. What team they went on, the level of competition, was this player hurt, was this player eligible and able to fit well with that player, how would they look if they had this player next to them? There's so many gray areas when you start talking about drafting any player, right? There's no law of science to it. There's literally people taking a handful of picks and then just throwing it at the window to see who stick. Nobody know. Nobody saw Tom Brady being Tom Brady in the 6th round. And Tom Brady wouldn't have been Tom Brady if he didn't go to a certain system. Antonio Brown to a degree. Tyreek Hill. Deron Bland. The list is long on how many people that people would tune in to watch a certain expert analysis, but they don't understand that this person could have been this or that person could have been that. And some people focal points are different. You can have one person that probably played in college level of football that knew everything as far as their studies, that they're splitting time of their studies off the field, off the field, I meant to say, as far as classroom, that they don't have time to put in everything for the field. And they get to the pros, and now all they have to focus on is just football, and they just shoots up like, man, where did this guy come from? Yeah, because he's only focused on football now. So many errors as relates to draft thing. But neither here nor there. Jason, appreciate you so much. We do need a backup quarterback from the front office. They do telegraph their movement. They said that they will draft a quarterback in this draft. And you are right. But Milroe from Alabama, 5th will be a good spot for him. If you had a 4th round draft pick, it would be a no-brainer, right? But you don't want to grab him in the 3rd. That's premium stuff right there. Or, like I just said earlier, he could be the next great thing, right? But you will have to pay close attention to your board, under your analysis, under your belief, and how he will fit well with your system in your way. But, yeah, I would love to develop an athletic quarterback to sit behind Dak Prescott. I do agree. Yeah. Michael said Jane Slater saying no deal. That was about 14 hours ago. She didn't update anything. Let me see. Let me hit this update button right here. She didn't say anything partaking or speaking on that less than 13 hours ago, right? And keep in mind, like I said, she states here, and I'm not beating up Jane. That's my girl, I have 3 sources telling me that the deal isn't done, and 2 telling me that they wouldn't categorize talks as meaningful, right? So you got the brother of the Parsons situation saying, hey, the deal is done, right? And then you have other people that's very close to the star that's saying, hey, the foundations of this particular contract is done, basically. That's the better way to say it. You can call it pretty much damage control, but you got to understand that this is big money as far as announcing stuff, right? This is big money. NFL Network got to have their camera crews and stuff like that. People got to have that, hey, I Ray J the story, I hit it first and all of this stuff. Yeah, you got all of those things. You got egos, you got meaningful, like what's realism on the contract, what's not real, what's fake, what's real. You got all of that stuff. Yeah, and she's going on vacation. You're right. See, Nick, boy, you close to Jane. Yeah, yes, indeed. But you got to figure it out. The reality is he's going to play for the Cowboys for 2025. Right? He's going to be here for 2026, 2027, if the good Lord allow, believe it or not. Yeah. Frenkel is handling that conversation there. But my guy was the last caller, man. I appreciate y'all so much. It's getting to the top of the hour. I appreciate y'all. I tried to go a little live earlier because I got some things that we got to take care of for the remainder of the day. Be sure to check out Law Nation Sports content. We are located here in Dallas. We produce a lot of content out there. There will be some more and more things that come around. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all to the sun, the moon, the stars, and back. Let's continue to grind and shine, Cowboy Nation. And if we offended anyone today, charge it to my beard, not my heart. I think somebody said, "Hey, Law, you got something on your beard." That's the flavor saver. Got to reserve the flavors for the nation, baby. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. We're going to have more and more money, more and more opportunities. There should be no excuses for the Cowboys on the ability to get the player that they want. But most importantly, the player that they need. Jason Bourne, appreciate you for the $25 cash out. Appreciate you for your support. The flavor saver. Y'all crazy. And remember, come on with it. Where my guy? Where you at when I need you? Here we go. Here we go.
All of it. Come on. You're wasting my time now. Come on. Come on.
Appreciate you. Beard Minerals. Y'all crazy. The Wolf Tickler. I'll read an article that is good to have that down there. That's all I'm going to say. Better for your health. But not to take this conversation to that route. Cowboy Nation, we're not done yet. Can't wait to talk to you guys on the Cowboys Collective. Collectively speaking, selectively aggressive should be in a move that the Cowboys be more on the aggressive side with this deal. When it will be done? Sooner than later. That would change the tempo and the mindset of the Jerry Jones's administrations heading into the back calendars of his life. I truly believe that he got more years behind him than in front of him. But if you want to make that impact, you got to do things. You got to start moving a certain way. You got to be able to say, I can't do what we did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. You got to start doing something different. And if you, ladies and gentlemen, wake up and you continue to have the same day, change it up, switch it up, sleep on the other side of the bed. Just get on, let me get on this side of the bed. Why? Because I want to change my ways. Take a different route to work, right? Subscribe to Law Nation Sports. Share this content to all, not just to a few friends, but even to those neighbors, those foes. Sharing is caring too. Posey says, oh wow, let the AI speak.
Darren Posey $5. Law, they say flavor savers scratch Mondo kitties.
Too early for this, man. Y'all too early for this, man. Y'all know it's too early for this. Coming soon to a household near you. The anti-scratchy beard from Law Nation Sports. To get your beard full and soft, so it can be scratch resistant. Yeah. And the flavor to the savor. can be soft but yet firm. Riggs, coming soon. So y'all stay tuned. Continue. Shout out to you, Hicks, for the $3 cash out. Appreciate you. Mama said there'll be days just like this. And we wild with it, yeah. Yeah. But Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. On my way out, I say the same closing. But I wanted this to wrap into your heart, soul, and menu. I said menu. Boy, I got to get up out here. And sinew of your mind. Lord, I'm thinking about flavoring and saving and menus of food and articles and stuff like that. Law, I ain't greedy. I'm not greedy at all. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for, to work day and night, y'all got me thrown off today, boy. I've never been thrown off today, boy. To give up your time and your peace and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, or lose all terror of your beard for it. Yeah. If you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity. Andrew said, Law can't keep a straight face because, he want to say something so bad. But if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it, Cowboys. Stand tall or not at all. Speaking of this, good Netflix movie to watch is Trial by Fire. Yeah, I saw that the other day, and it got me thinking that there are a lot of people that's in prison of not just their mind, but innocently imprisoned with their thoughts and being victims of where they are located at. But Trial by Fire was a good movie. Oh my God, on Netflix. Y'all be sure to check that movie out. That's the movie watch of the hour right here. Trial by Fire. And then I realized, they said, man, Law, it's based off of a true story. Yeah, I like those type of stories, man. Trial by Fire. And let me give y'all a little teaser. It's based out in Texas. So the people that's watching, they Cowboy fans, boy. So in the 90s, they were going over the 90s and everything. And I was like, yeah, I know that drive. I know that series. That's when we won the Super Bowl. So check out Trial by Fire. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat. Whenever I go live again, say, Law, I watched that show and that series, the show, Trial by Fire on Netflix. DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Let's get it. Come on. Yeah. That movie is wild. Come on. Law. Time to run it up. Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it up. I wake up.
Come on. Be sure to support the nation. Be sure to hit that Cash App as well as PayPal link that's in the chat area, and as well as subscribe and support the nation that way. Come on with it. Come on.
I love my fans, don't need no friends. I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me, baby.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Roll those credits.
I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, let's get it.
check. No drip this. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake.
Shout out to the new members. Dallas Cowboy hard hitter. Martin Elkins, appreciate you. Ivey, appreciate you. JB, that's Jason Bourne, appreciate you. Darren Posey, appreciate y'all's support.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried.
Come on.
Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, some down now, check. No drip this, tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up.
Always like to slow it down just a little bit for you all. Let's get it.
Yes! Here we go! Here we go!
Come on.
Are you not entertained?
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
Yep.
Take a drink of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in, yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite.
I heard they finna give a spinoff on Snowfall. Another Netflix movie to watch if you like thrillers is a movie called Trap. Real good one on Netflix. Player 2, I follow wherever you go. The movie called Trap. Really good movie on Netflix. It's hard to find movies on Netflix, by the way. I'm for real. Yep. Here it is. Trap. That's what it's gonna look like. Real good movie, man. And without the S, don't put an S on the end of it. Let me see. Yeah, Trap. There we go. Really good one. What we tell them? Don't let the street lights. Don't let them hit you. Danger, baby. Until next time.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be on? Play it too. I'll follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do, play it too.
Until next time.
If a paper crane can
DC for life.
then barely doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.